Hello everyone, welcome back to English in the City. I'm Nars. How's it going? How's your day so far? Mine is so far so good, no complaint. Okay, today we are going to talk about a job interview experience. Can you think of a job interview experience that you would like to share with other people? Was it good? Was it bad? What was special about it? And why does it jump out to you? And did you get the job at the end? So, to begin with, I'm going to share with you my job interview experience. And then after that, after the story, I'm going to talk about the job interview process here in the US. But of course, it will be from my own experience, based on the job interviews I have done in the past few years. I hope that will be information useful for you, knowing how to prepare and what to expect. Okay, are we good? Sit tight, we'll be back. The interview experience I'm going to talk about is the one from 7 years ago when I got my job as a project manager with this software company. Just a little bit information about myself. So my bachelor's degree is English and Literature and Language, and my master's degree is Intercultural Relations. So you probably would ask, so how did that happen? Here we go, this is my story. I was about to finish up my master's degree, and I had only a few months left for job hunting. It was either get a job and stay or move back to Taiwan. I had only like $2,500 left in total. So that's either my flight ticket money to move back to Taiwan or my house money, car payment. The stress was huge. I wanted to stay in Boston because after 2 years, I like this area, I like this city, I like people here. Even, my friends, they are moving away, but I feel like I have a life here and I want to continue. But I also know it's impossible for me to stay here if I don't have an income to support myself. So that was one thing about money. I have been thinking about working for an NGO and nonprofit for 2 years. That was like my dream job. I'm like, okay, after my last job in Taiwan, I want to do something different. I want to work for a different purpose, something more than just, making money. For 2 years, that was my dream. It was not easy here because with NGO and nonprofit, they don't have the funding to sponsor the working visa or sponsor the green card. So it's extra difficult. But because my mind, my heart was set on the type of jobs. So I was fully onto it. I talked to other people about their job hunting skills, their job hunting tips. And my conclusion from everybody I talked to was like, okay, send out as many applications as possible. And don't care about location. Don't care about what type of job that you want to do. So the more application, the better chances, to get hired. Like what I said earlier, it's just not me. It feels so much just not like me. So if I'm staying, I want to be in Boston. If I'm staying, I want to do something that I like, not just something to get me to stay. Here, like in the US, when you're job hunting, a very big thing is network. So do you know people who know other people? They are the hiring managers, or they can get you to the hiring managers. If that's the case, you might have a better chance. So that's what happened. So my student, she got me to connect with one of these founders of a software company. We made this interview happen. I had no idea how to get to that part of Boston. I checked, Google Map, everything, I can find it before I leave my dorm room. So I got to the office before the interview. And in the first interview with this founder, we talk about, how did I get myself here? What have I been doing, all these times here in Boston? And we also talk about my work experience when I was in Taiwan. What did I do? I managed companies. I was like a customer relationship manager. And then, I did all type of different things. So I think He was like, yeah, this person is interesting enough to give it a shot. So after our conversation, he was like, okay, let me get you to talk to our HR to see if we can sponsor your H1B. That was the end of that conversation, And I was thinking to myself, wow, somebody would put in the time and effort to see if they can sponsor my green card and my H1B. So I totally appreciate that. But at the same time, there is this voice in my head. Are you sure? Is this what you want to do? Isn't your dream job as nonprofit and NGO? And are you abandoning your dream job and going for something different? Before I left the office manager asked me, hey Nars, do you want us to call you a cab so that you can go back to the city? And I was like, I'm good. The reason I didn't want a cab was because I felt like I didn't have enough money to pay for the cab. I walked to the bus stop, checked the schedule. I realized, shoot, the bus is running on 2 different schedules and different route too. So I was like, so what do I do now? Do I get onto a bus that I don't know where it's going? Or I don't know, how long should I wait for the bus? And the train I plan to take to get back to the city, it's arriving in about an hour. That day, it was a typical Boston spring day. Okay, it was raining, it was windy, it was cold, and I was on my high heel because of the interview. I had an umbrella, but let me tell you, that umbrella was not working at all because of all the wind. So if you've ever been to Boston in a raining day, look around. Nobody is using an umbrella because useless. Anyway, so all of a sudden I decided, okay, I'm going to walk. I can follow the bus stop and walk all the way back to the train station. I hope. I started walking. I walk, every few hundred feet, stop, check the bus stop to make sure that I was on the right route. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. After probably 20 minutes or half an hour, I came across this fork street, left or right. I look at both street with the street sign, with the city name that I have no idea at all. I was like, shoot, so what do I do now? Which way should I take? Where do I go? I don't know. I mean, can I really get myself back to the train station? I have no idea at all. So I decided, okay, between left and right, take the left one. So I did. And then keep walking for, another maybe 20 minutes. I start seeing buildings, commercial buildings, stores. I'm like, okay, I was probably on the right track. So keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, and all of a sudden, boom, the train station was right in front of me, across the street, behind a park. Yeah, that's right. I saw the train station, even with everything in between us. I was like, how did that happen? I don't know. I was so happy when I saw the train station, when I realized that I actually walked myself all the way back to where I want to be. So I think it took me 15 minutes to get back to the train station from where the office was. And what even more magic was, the train was on the way and scheduled, to arrive in 5 minutes. So I successfully walked all the way back to the train station and catch the train. But what about this walk? Other than the rain, the wind, and the cold, it was the drama going on in my head. I'm like, Nars, what are you doing? I felt I was totally lost. I mean, physically and mentally, emotionally. I'm like, okay, you have no idea where you are going. And then you also have no idea whether you should take this job or not. And part of me was like, do you really want to take this job? Okay, these people, they are interested and they are going to put in time and effort to see whether you are a good fit. But if your mind is not here, shouldn't you stop here? Tell people that, hey, maybe we can skip this part because I have other plans. So it was all of that drama going on in my head, and I feel like, I don't know, I was just so lost. After I got back to school, I sent all the documentation, the paper, to the HR so that we can get the process going, talking to the lawyer and see what the lawyers get back to us, whether it's doable or not. And I talked to my friend, the one who got me the job interview opportunity. I was like, I think I'm going to send them an email telling them that, hey, really, let's stop here. I felt so bad if at the end I decided not to take the job. And my friend was like, why would you do that?
Are you kidding me?
She was like, they haven't even given you an offer. There's nothing to turn down. So why are you going through all of this drama just like in your mind?
Pointless.
I was like, okay, it makes sense. And she was like, just hold on to it. They got back to me. They were like, the lawyer thinks that, we have a case here based on your master's degree here, based on your job experience in Taiwan. We should be able to sponsor your H-1B. Not a problem. Bingo. So in this second interview, I talked to 7 people and 45 minutes each. These are the people that I will be working with if I get a job. So I remember, the conversation, it was one of the guy asked me,
so look at your resume and your background. It feels like you could actually have started your own business. Why didn't you do that?
And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what I want to do too. I want to start my own business. I need to have an idea that I will work hard, I will suffer for it and not regret. So that was part of the discussion. It's not like really all technical. First, because I didn't have the technical background that we can really go into deep with the technical part of the job. But we talk a lot, project management. We talk about people. We talk about elements that around project management because it's a one-on-one interview. So I also got different information from different people. What was the problem that they have? What was the challenge? So people were suffering for what? And what is the problem that if I get a job that I should be able to solve? It was a fun process talking to everybody. Everybody was respectful. I didn't feel like I was small because I didn't have that technical background. And people didn't make me feel that way either. And everybody was friendly. It was a very, very nice and rich process. And you know what? After that second interview, I say to myself, I want this job. All my drama about, going after my dream at NGO and nonprofit, whether I'm abandoning my dream, all gone. Not an issue at all, because I was so sure that based on what they told me, it get me going. My blood was boiling and everything. I can see myself doing it. I'm like, okay, if they are giving me the job, I'm doing it. I'm glad at the end it all worked out. I got the opportunity. I did it. It was not easy, that's to say. So many times that I hit something and I have to really pull myself out of the situation, learn something new, stay relevant. But I enjoyed it, and never a day I regret it. That was my story. I have a happy ending. I got a job first, and then it's a life-changing experience for me. Okay, so what's your story? If you would like to share with us your story, put a comment down there. And then if you recorded your own story, share it with us. Put it on the Google Drive, share the link with us. Let's hear it. Okay, good. So we are going to the bonus session. So see you there. Bye.